Hey guys, Desmo here, how is it going? It's finally here, we have the patch note for 3.25. I wanted to discuss a few things that are standing out in the patch note in my opinion. So this is not gonna be a patch note reaction or patch note review, nor it's not gonna be a TLDR video. I'm not gonna go through everything in the patch note, there's just a few things that I want to discuss with you, so I'm gonna try to keep it rather short and let's get into it. So I will be discussing about the Action House, the currency exchange, which is now gonna be asynchronous. I'm gonna discuss about what could be meta, which will like kind of obviously be meta. We will see what's gonna happen, but things that will most of the build are gonna be revolving around in the next league. I'm gonna also speak about a few classes that are standing out in my opinion regarding that, and maybe a few things that are important to talk about before ending the video. So to begin with, in the next league, we are going to be able to trade currencies without going through the website, the trading website. Here you can see the interface that allows us to trade currencies. As you can see, this is related to every single type of currency in the game that is including like catalysts, fragments, and so on. We are not able yet to trade items like armor, weapons, and so on. But this is a really good beginning. Important fact to notice is that to be able to trade through this interface, we will be requiring gold. And this is something which is extremely good in my opinion, and that people did not point at yet too much. And why is it so good in my opinion is that to begin with, flippers, people who are actually flipping currency all day long just to make money, will not be able to stay in the hideout and just flip currency all day long. They will need to actually run content in the game to be able to get gold and to be able to trade again. So it's preventing people to just stay in the hideout and to do just one thing. It's a good thing. It's healthy for the game, I think, to push people to play the game and not just to be doing something on a side of the game which is not really intended to spend your entire day doing. Just to clarify something, the gold, I wanted to show you this footage from the live stream where we see the character here. He's gonna drop the mobs around the character are gonna drop some gold, and the really good thing, I've seen many people ask the question of are we going to need to pick up the gold? Are we going to need to click the gold to pick it up, right? Which would be very annoying, and the answer is we don't need to do that. You need to pass on the gold to pick it up, but it's automated. You're gonna see that right here.
Miners, along with other workers that the Kalguurans have hired,
see there is like 3 stacks of gold here, and it's just gonna pass through it, and boom, he just picked up everything. So that's gonna be very convenient. You will barely notice picking up the gold through your game time. Another question we could ask ourselves is how much are we gonna need to actually make the transactions? We just seen that the character drops there, it was taxed between 50 and 100 gold. We can expect that to be even higher probably during the end game. Maybe stacks of 200, I don't know, something like that. And on the footage at some point during the trailer, we could actually see, I'm gonna struggle to find it again, but I've seen like the transaction that was shown was costing around 200 gold. So I think this is going to be fairly low, and we will never struggle to actually. You can see here, this is the stack of gold that you just get from one pack of mobs, and I think we will be swimming in gold during the game. I don't think we're gonna struggle ever to like. We will never be low in gold, in my opinion. We cannot like know that for sure because the gold is gonna be used for a variety of things, like respecting your atlas tree and different stuff. You know, like crafting also with the NPCs in your camp. So you're gonna use the gold for very various things, but I think in the end we will be like really swimming in gold, and we will never be liking any gold at any point in the game. But we will see about that. I don't think it's going to be a concern. Next subject that I wanted to bring up is what the meta is going to be, and I'm gonna put the patch note on here. There. So one big change that maybe some people are going to be neglecting, but which is actually really huge for two reasons, but we will get to that, is that endurance charges are no longer giving 4 to all elemental resistances. It's now granting 4 additional elemental damage reduction per endurance charge. And this is huge. First, because it's a really good layer of defense to begin with, and this is applied after your it's on the hit that you take, or the damage that you take after your max resistances are applied. So this is actually really good, and it's even better on top of that because they've nerfed really hard the access of fees taken as. So it's gonna be merely impossible to get 100% of fees taken as we did before, because they removed many sources of that mod on items. For instance, here you can see that we cannot have it from the incursion, from delve, from corruption, from the Watcher's Eye. There's many sources that are not there anymore, so you can still getting that modifier on few uniques, but it's gonna be merely almost impossible to get it at 100%. So it means that we need to rely on some different kind of defense layer to get a decent amount of effective hit pool. Probably the endurance charge is going to be a very good way of getting your defense layer in the next league. And considering that, I think there is talking about meta build and what's going to be good in the next league, what people are going to play. First, I want to mention something about the change on the Atlas tree. So they moved the cluster which was giving max resistances, which was around here on the southwest of the tree, and they put it on the left side here. So this is the new cluster. So you have the cold side here with cold res and max cold, the lightning here with the same small nodes, and the fire one on the south, and in the middle the +2 to all elemental resistances. What is interesting here is that there is a avatar of fire right here, which means that we will need to keep an eye on impossible escape, which can allocate passives in the radius of avatar of fire, because max res is going to be something that people are going to look for a lot, I think, in the next league. And Avatar of Fire is going to give a really good. It's a really good location for getting the max resistances, and there's a few nodes that might be interesting, considering that the next league is going to revolve around maybe melee skills are gonna be meta, and there's also the Righteous Fire build that are gonna need that a lot. And there's if you check Impossible Escape, the passive here are in radius. That doesn't matter too much. There's the fire overtime here, which is really good as well. There's the 2 nodes here, which are not really important as it is, but there's another change related to Feast Taken As, and let me bring that up. Yeah, this is the the notable given by the Timeless Joel, which is discerning. It used to grant Feast Taken As, and since they removed it as well, it's now giving 12 increased mana reservation efficiency. And if you put that Joel here, then it's gonna modify the nodes here, and like a few other, you can see it's gonna modify actually the nodes here and here. And with Impossible Escape, then you're gonna be able to access stuff here that could be extremely strong. So you would get the max elemental resistance on this side, and you could get like 24 or 36 mana reservation efficiency on this side, maybe like for the very expensive Gerald. So that could be some powerful combos, and you need to keep an eye out for that in the next league. So now for the build that looks interesting to me, and I think that they are standing out given what we said. To begin with, there's the Chieftain, because modifiers, because of Valako's Storm's Embrace, modifiers to maximum fire resistance also apply to maximum cold and lightning resistance. So with what we just speak about, it looks really interesting. On top of that, there's a new change on the modifiers in the game. The regular Jewels can now roll suffix modifier for maximum fire, cold, and lightning resistance. So it means that if you stack a few of them plus the nodes on the tree, you can, I think, very easily get 90 all res without using Melding of the Flesh, and I think this is a very powerful combination. Also, Chieftain is actually pretty good for fire build, and there's a few melee fire skill that will combo well with that ascendancy. I'm thinking about Molten Strike, which got a really good buff as most of the melee skills, but also Juggernaut looks really good in my opinion, just because of the Endurance Charge change that we spoke about, and I think that could be a really good option for a tanky endgame build. There would be many different options. I'm not sure exactly what I would go with for the Juggernaut. I need to explore a bit more, but this is something I'm keeping in mind. And the last one I'm considering right now is the Slayer, because if you do a charge stacking build, obviously Flicker Strikes come in mind. That could be really good as well. There's many things that we need to figure out, but yeah, I think Flicker Strikes looks really good as well. So I'm, from now on and for the time remaining until league start, I'm gonna be exploring the options here and the numbers and see what stands out and what I'm gonna actually play for league start, because I was planning on starting with a bow build as I usually do, but with the massive changes which was needed for the melee skills, I definitely want to try that, and I'm gonna league start as a melee build no matter what. So this is what I wanted to talk about. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe. That would help me a lot. I will keep you posted on my ideas for the league start. I would really like, for now, to play something like our Molten Strike, Smite, Flicker Strike, or maybe Cleave. This is so far the skills that are being appealing to me, but that might change. I need to check the numbers and how I can build stuff. So thanks for tuning in, and see you in the next video. Bye.